Hey guys, Marsingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so I wanted to commemorate today, get it on video here. We're just probably going to do a little bit of discussion about Dokkan and show off the support memory as well, because I'm recording this before I get on to doing anything else, because it's obviously something you have to do as soon as you log into the game for the first time. As you can see, we've got all the news here from today. I did the video last night talking about the Lord Slug announcement. Well, it was technically really early this morning, but it was basically right before I went to bed, and I hadn't actually done anything in the game. So all of this stuff obviously is showing as new for me. So I'm going to get on after this video and farm up the Easy A medals for Launch and Oolong and record the showcase video for them. But some of you that have been coming out to the streams over the last couple of days will have heard me talk about how close we are to getting to this goal, or this milestone, I guess. And this is why I have to capture this now, because once it goes away, there's no way to get it to come back up, which I've always thought is very weird. But as you can see, there we go. Today is my 3,000 days of playing Dokkan Battle. So if we do a quick 3,000 divided by 365, I know it's not exactly even because like leap year and all that stuff, 8.2 years of playing this game. That is insane. And that is total login days. Obviously you can see my consecutive logins are behind by like 84 days, because at one point after starting the game, obviously for 84 days into the game, I broke my phone and didn't get a new one until the end of the month when I got paid, and then I didn't re-download Dokkan straight away. So that's the reason why there's a gap in the two. But yeah, 3,000 days login for Dokkan. So I'm going to go ahead and check out the rewards and everything that we get here. Showcase the support memory. It's not anything like crazy, but we'll probably just jump into an event and do something. But yeah, you get 30 stones. Ooh. Four more copies of the 1,000-day Goku. Okay. Oh, and we get, these are unique skill orbs for Goku, right? That's quite interesting. Level 7 additional in defense, 6 additional in defense, and then crit and additional. We get the support memory, and then the rest is just the normal daily login bonus for today. So the 3,000 day bonus is the support memory, orbs for Goku. I guess we might as well do a showcase for, well, a showcase, because I mean, he's not going to be runnable in the current meta, but I guess I might as well put the skill orbs on the Goku and then jump into an event with him, right, to show the support memory and stuff like that. But can I zoom in on these in this view? Yeah, so unique skill orbs for the 1,000-day Goku. Level 7 combo and level 6 defense is pretty good. I'm assuming it's going to be 6 additional and then what, 4 defense? Oh, 6 as well. Okay, good. And then the bronze one is combo attack level 5. Damn, that's bronze level 5. Crit and additional. That's pretty crazy. 4 extra copies, and then the support memory. All allies attack and defense 3,000, and chance of performing a critical hit 3% for 3,000 turns. So the entire battle, but obviously just for novelty purposes, it's for 3,000 turns. It's a bit of a shame that it's only attack and defense 3,000. We were talking about this like last week or something, and I know people were saying like, oh, you know, other people who are, you know, years away from getting this would be mad if it was too good, but it's not good enough. Like for 3,000 days, attack and defense 3,000. I mean, if it was like 30% and it's for the entire battle, that'd be pretty good. And crit chance, imagine that was 30% as well. You know, I know they want to put like the 3,000s in there, but I mean, crit, they only put 3%. So attack and defense could have been like 30%. 3,000 isn't going to make like a huge difference, I guess, but yeah, let me get the I'll get the skill orbs put into Goku, and then we'll just jump into a random event and talk about my experiences with Dokkan over 3,000 days. Okay, so we are jumping into an event here to see how we get on. I don't know if this event will be too hard for the Goku, honestly, the Boo like absorption thing, because I mean the team is very good, right? He's on the 200% lead for the physical trio from the worldwide. So yeah, training complete. So this is the support memory. Krillin and Goku training with Master Roshi with the giant turtle shells on for all this time, and now look how high they can jump. So there you go. Training complete. 3,000 attack and 3% crit chance for 3,000 turns. So let's go ahead and... I don't want to do too much damage straight away, so we'll go ahead and do that. Grab those for you. And then I guess we can just give you those. Goku's on the second turn. Of course, Bulma's going to get supered straight away. Okay. Goku does heal with the orbs that he obtains. But so yeah, it's kind of funny with the 3,000 days thing giving you unique skill orbs for this Goku. But like, that doesn't suddenly make him meta relevant. Like, he gets a decent bit of extra defense from the bronze one and the silver one. And obviously now he has a lot of crit and additional because of the bonuses that those give him. But I don't think that's going to be enough for him to be like usable in difficult content, which is funny because I guess it's like there's two ways of looking at it, right? Is the reward card for the very lengthy like login thing. It probably would seem unfair to a lot of people, especially the newer the player you are, if that card was like insanely busted super good. But then at the same time, like the other way around, it doesn't seem like as great a reward, right? Like for someone, imagine like I started Dokkan obviously not when it first came out. I think the first anniversary had already been and gone on global, obviously, because if I've been playing it for just over 8 years and we've already had the 9th anniversary. But yeah, like imagine somebody who started on like the 4th or the 5th anniversary or something like that, and you probably don't even have the Easy A for the 1,000-day Goku yet. So it's like you finally get to your 2,000-day login, he gets his Easy A, but you can't use him for anything. I mean, Battlefield on a Super STR team, I guess maybe. You could probably still get away with running him, but it is a bit of a shame. Obviously, now that LRs are starting to get super Easy A's as well, that's kind of one of the things that we've been joking about. Like, will the 4,000-day login, when we eventually get there, be his super Easy A? Because we're about to get to the 10th anniversary. So again, just using an average, because leap years and stuff, it doesn't count, right? But on the 10th anniversary, the game will have only been out for 3,650 days. So we basically need to be not far off of the 11th anniversary for the game to have actually been out for 4,000 days anyway. So that's quite a long way to go. I mean, it would be kind of cool if it did happen, right? This guy got his Super Easy A and was actually really good. But it's very few players that are going to be actually able to get him, right, for the like on literally the earliest possible day. So he's got 300k defense start of turn. He doesn't raise defense on any of his supers, does he? He raises allies' attack, so I guess he does raise his own one as well. So I guess that's okay. And then his passive, attack and defense 77%, key 1, attack and defense and chance of performing a crit 7%, and recovers 777 HP per key sphere obtained. So he is a nuker, plus an additional defense 1,000 per key sphere obtained for 1,000 turns from the entry turn, and an additional 2,000 attack per key sphere for 2,000 turns. So being a nuking style unit, ideally we do want to get as many orbs of him as possible. So if we do this, we can get 5, which isn't a crazy amount. It does give him the 24 key, and he's at 326k. He's not getting much more than that though, which is a bit of a shame. Obviously he's on the rotation with both the Super Saiyan trios as well, so he's getting 154% extra defense on this turn as well, which is a pretty crazy buff, and the Bulma buff from the previous turn, and that's the level that he's at. Like, obviously not crazy high, but we'll see what we get out of him with the attacks and everything. But yeah, this is not just a showcase for the 1,000-day Goku with his orbs. I just wanted to make a little video. It's not going to be anything crazy like in-depth or anything like that, but I wanted to make a video for the 3,000-day login because obviously it is a pretty big milestone. I don't think there is a single other game that I've played for as long as this. Like, there are games that I'll go back to, like, every now and then, you know, you want to go through and do, like, an old playthrough of an older game, or a game that you haven't played for, like, a couple of years or something like that. But, yeah, 3,000 days, even if it has just been literally to log in so I didn't lose the, like, the daily thing, right? Like, logged into this game every day for over 8 years. Now, obviously, for the last, what? It's been 6, nearly 7 years, I think, at this point. I've been doing my channel, so obviously for... it's been work, and of course for the last year or so, just over now, it has been my full-time work, which is content creation in general, not just Dokkan, because obviously I have the second channel and some other stuff that I'm trying to get going. But yeah, it's been obviously a huge part of my life for the last couple of years, building up the channel while working my main old job, like to try and get it to the point where I could then make this move into it being a full-time thing. So obviously I want to give a huge shout out to all of you guys out there, especially those of you who have been around since the start, or you know, been around for a good few years at this point. Shout out to everyone who's new as well. It's always good seeing new people arrive and then stick around in the community. We are getting super close to 29,000 subs on the channel now, less than 100 away. I think it's like 60 something now. So the big goal is 30k, which hopefully will happen. I would like to have that happen by the end of November, because of course Heroes is always a big time for the channel, because, you know, after years of keeping that Heroes agenda going, even when the units were maybe a bit disappointing in some years, I kind of am known as one of the big Heroes guys in the community. So Heroes always does well for the channel, because it's one of those things, everybody jumps on like the new stuff when it comes out, but your boy's been repping Heroes since day one, so people are kind of drawn to wanting to know what I think of the new units. Obviously I put them through their paces, as most people would do, but then I do my best as always to go through, try and like all the content in the game, try and see how far we can push that Heroes team to actually beating some of the difficult content. Oh, we can get the fusion into Vegito here, and we will lose some links though, which is a shame. But yeah, now that we don't have all this support on the same rotation, 180k defense is a little bit lackluster. Although actually we can get a good, if we do this, they change int orbs to physical. So now look at that, that's 11. So we're going to get 77%, which is basically the same, but go ahead and do that. Yeah, 243 for you. Shame we can't get, I should have probably bought like an orb changing item, because yeah, unfortunately 1000 Day Goku is a nuker, so him not getting a lot of orbs is obviously not going to be super helpful, because if we just get 3 orbs, that puts us at 264k. Ideally he doesn't get super attacked here, but go ahead and do that. But yeah, Heroes coming up, going to be very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to that. And of course, you know, as a global main content creator, we are into a new sort of era now that the games are synced. We're still catching up a little bit. We've just got Jiren, I think, is the only thing now, right? Because we got Roshi and the Peppy Gals filler stuff. So Jiren, and then those last few stages of the Universe Survival Saga Blue Zone. And then everything is out on both versions. Obviously, we have Lord Slug coming out later this week, who actually looks pretty good. I'm going to do a video talking about like the fumble of Scout of Vegeta is something that I feel like should be studied. Yeah, 185k from a normal. Because for them to go from the worldwide, where all the summonable units were really, really good, like the 4 main headliners, really good, all the Easy A's, except for maybe Int Broly, although I still think he's a bit underrated, but all the Easy A's were good. And then the next release was the Scout of Vegeta, who was underwhelming. His banner unit, the Kui, was terrible. The Part 2 unit, like the Gohan and Piccolo, they're decent, but they don't... The Namek Saga team is just weird. So all of that stuff, to go from all of that to then have like the release of this Lord Slug Dokkan Fest, who actually seems really, really good, is definitely a little bit confusing, I think, to say the least. Let me go ahead and I'm just gonna, I do always bring Senzu beans in case we get our like showcase unit sealed, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out here, and then grab, I want to try and keep a decent amount of orbs on the field for the Goku. Of course, the trio Goku is going to change all of those int orbs to physical, but yeah, 180k, damn. But yeah, Lord Slug seems really good. The games are synced, so things are going to be very interesting going forwards, right? Global players no longer have to wait, which is a trade-off in and of itself, right? No more foresight, no more knowing exactly how like each part of a celebration breaks down. It was one of those things for global, like even though we had to wait so long for it, knowing every part of the anniversary. And then usually Global would get something maybe as like a bonus thrown in at the end. But obviously knowing everything that comes out in each part, like all the events and stuff, is something that could be really useful. But having to wait 6 months for it, I know a lot of you guys as Global players will have felt that like the hype sort of dies down a little bit having to wait so long. Because back when I first started playing the game, everything was 6 months behind JP. Like pretty much always just 6 months like to the dot. And then as time went on, things started to come out a little bit sooner. Things like quality of life upgrades would come out much quicker, like the updates for in-game like stuff, mechanics and stuff, like UI upgrades, menu upgrades, that kind of stuff. That would start coming out maybe within like a month. And then we got to the point where that stuff was coming out within like a week or two. Units were coming out. We got down to sort of like 3 to 4 months, but the anniversary itself was always 6 months behind. And that's a lot, and it's a long time to wait. So I'm going to keep this guy here. We obviously lose his standby like finish move, but that's fine because we're just using him as a partner here for Goku, who can now get 8 orbs. So that puts us at 364k. I mean, yeah, you know, he's definitely, like I say, not like a runnable unit for tough content anymore, sadly. So it's kind of funny that you get the unique skill orbs for him, but obviously he's not like a crazy unit. But yeah, a lot of stuff changing in the landscape with Dokkan. This year, they'd been on a roll of just doing really, really great stuff. And then there's been a few fumbles lately, like stuff around the sync. The fact that they still don't tweet out EZA details on the English, like Twitter, like the global Twitter. So we have to wait for people to translate it still is kind of crazy. But I like the way they've been doing some of the new stuff. I like this thing now where we get a thing in the news that's just one news entry for like a couple of bits of upcoming content, rather than having multiple new things in like the tabs and everything. I think that's quite cool. But yeah, definitely interesting things going on. Obviously the game is still very successful in terms of like financially. I don't see, with these kind of games, like Dokkan has been around a lot longer than most other gacha games. In fact, it might be the longest running one, although I think did One Piece Treasure Cruise come out first? Because technically that is still around. But yeah, like it's one of the longest running gacha games, and it's interesting to see where we've gone from like where it started to where it is now. And massive improvements that have been made over time. You know, those of you who we talk about on stream sometimes, we go down the rabbit hole of like the dark days of Dokkan, and we talk about like the days where Dokkan events were 50 stamina a try and they went away at the end of a celebration. So then like say the next Dokkan festival, like imagine now if you're a newer player, like say we got this Lord Slug coming out, he obviously comes out with a Dokkan Fest, his own Dokkan event. At the end of the celebration, after like 2 or 3 weeks, that Dokkan event goes away. And then when the next Dokkan Fest comes out, a couple of other Dokkan events come back for his celebration, but not all of them. And so the Lord Slug one might not be one of them. And then another Dokkan Fest comes out, and a few of the other old Dokkan events come back, but not the Lord Slug one. And then the Lord Slug one comes back with another celebration like 3 or 4 months later, which normally it would return when Slug was then featured on another banner, so that wouldn't necessarily matter too much. But it was when they started doing things like they released the Friend LR androids, who used medals from almost every single Dokkan event that was in the game at that time. And for Global especially, I think a lot of people all got stuck at one of the final steps where you needed medals from the physical full power Frieza Dokkan event. And from when the LR androids came out, it was like 6 months until that Dokkan event came back into the game. So I think it might have been out when they were very first released, or like just before. So if you had the medals already, like you were fine, or if you got them literally within like the first week or something that the androids came out. Although I think they needed them for one of the later stages of Awakening, so depending on how quickly you had like done the grind would depend on whether you even necessarily knew, because things like there wasn't like a hugely comprehensive wiki or sites like Dokkan Info and stuff like that then, or at least if there was, not everybody knew about them. I certainly didn't. And so yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? Like to think now these Dokkan events, pretty much not only are they all back for big celebrations, but we obviously have the Monday to Friday days of the week. It's like the AGL Tech in STR Physical, and then obviously weekends it's Super and Extreme. None of that stuff was in the game. Hidden potential, you had to activate one node at a time and then press OK as well. So you had to click one node, press OK, and then it would fill it in. Then the next one, then the next one. So if you pulled dupes of a unit when they first came out, it could take you like half an hour to like get a unit to 79% just from sitting and having to tap every individual thing. It was absolutely crazy. But yeah, the game has come on leaps and bounds since then. The 10th anniversary obviously is upcoming in February. They've already made comments that, you know, they don't plan to stop anytime soon. So with everything going on and the numbers and all that kind of stuff, Dimer coming out, meaning new content is going to be available. Obviously, Slug is introducing that demonic ways category, which is definitely going to be influenced by new information and lore that we've gotten from Dimer. So definitely interesting things coming for Dokkan over the next, hopefully, few years. Of course, being the big Heroes fan that I am, no idea what's going on with Heroes, whether that will continue after this year. But yeah, it's been a long old crazy journey with Dokkan. 3,000 days playing the game is kind of crazy. So let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. If you do know, if you've logged in recently or you just remember from earlier today when you logged in, how many days login are you? Consecutive or cumulative? I know some people drop in and out sometimes as the game is quieter, so the consecutive one you might lose out on every now and then. You don't get super great bonuses from it anyway, so it's not the end of the world. But the cumulative login obviously always continues to build up, so let me know where you guys are at. I know there are some people in the community that have been playing since like day one. I know in general, but in my community I know there are some people. So you guys will have obviously passed 3,000 days a little while ago. But yeah, let me know all your guys' thoughts on Dokkan, how you have felt about the game over the years, how you feel about the game now. Are you optimistic for the future? What kind of stuff do you want to see going forward? Let me know all of that stuff down below. And obviously we will keep going full steam ahead with the channel. Like I say, trying to branch out into other stuff, more stuff on the second channel, other non-Dokkan games and things like that. But Dokkan will always be the focus of the main channel. You never know, like I tried my hand at sparking. I wasn't a huge fan of it, to be honest, but you know, if the next big Dragon Ball game comes out and we like it and you guys like it and want to see content for it, that could be a thing. But the main channel will stay mostly Dokkan focused, but certainly Dragon Ball related for the most part. So yeah, I think we'll probably just end it off here. Let me know what you guys think of the 3,000 days login, the support memory, the skill orbs for this guy. Maybe we'll get a super easy A for 4,000 days, who knows. But yeah, let me know all your thoughts about Dokkan, how it's going, how it is at the moment, some of your fondest memories of the game. And yeah, hopefully we will carry on and continue to build the channel and the community together. So I hope to see you all again in the next videos, the next streams, and all of that good stuff. So that is going to be it from me. This has been the Masked Ningen 3,000 days of Dokkan. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below. I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.